All right, so I guess we're live now. Um, okay, so for any of you who has just joined, please let me know if you can hear me properly and you can see me properly, and that the network and connection is fine for you. Just make sure that the text side is clear here before we actually get started. Please let me know in the chat that you can hear and see me properly before we get started with today's SEO live show. We're now on episode 10, so which is fascinating. I have no plan to stop doing this. It might be like up until, I don't know, episode 100. We'll see how quick we reach that. Right, yep. Let me know in the chat that you can hear and see me properly, and we can get started. We'll probably wait for a little bit of more people to join, and yeah. Asad Ali, I'm not sure if you're still watching. Let me know you can hear me, please. Uh, Okay, you can hear properly. We'll probably like wait for maybe 5 more minutes, for some more people to join, and we can get started with today's session. Uh, so if you have any questions, you can um, ask them in the chat, and I'll come back after I finish with the today's SEO news. And by the way, I just got like one big news announcement for the news SEO news, which I just got this like about half an hour ago. So it's gonna be an interesting episode today as well. Um, so far seems like only two people have joined. Um, so like 2 3 more minutes, and yes, we can get started. Uh, Asad Ali asked how we get backlinks from Google. I'm not sure how you can get backlinks from Google. You would get backlinks from other websites, right? Not from Google. So if you want to get backlinks, just there are many ways, right? Like you can do guest posts, you can go for things like blog comments, you can go for things like building your own PBNs, like your network of websites and link to your main website, stuff like that. You can maybe create very good content, promote um, the hell out of it, and you can also generate backlinks from there as well. Or like maybe do something like scraping technique, right? Like create a very big uh, piece of content, promote it, stuff like that, right? Like what you already kind of saw or have come across online on YouTube, stuff like that. But mostly, for every backlinks, mostly you have to pay for it, right? You don't really get it for free anymore, except um, except maybe some citations. Yeah, citations. Most of them are still free. Can definitely use that. But for any good backlinks nowadays, you just have to pay for it. Either guest posting, skyscraper. Sometimes you can get free, but half of the people will definitely still ask for money anyway. So still, you can use whatever techniques you want. Um, it's just that you have to mostly pay for them. So I hope maybe that answers your questions. or what you mean by get backlinks from Google. Maybe I interpreted wrong. Not sure, but maybe. Okay, any more people who have joined? Mitty says, check this screenshot. What screenshot would you like me to check on? Are you sending the screenshot? I'm not sure if you're still. Link is not posting. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really post the full link in the chat unless I think we have to remove the filter or something. I think someone told me how to do it last time, but I don't remember. Maybe you can paste like, the link and then leave some space and then write like dot and then write com like that, just to, separate them out so I can copy and paste and, easily translate it to normal link. But I think someone told me how to allow link posting last time, but I don't remember. Maybe after today's episode, I'll check it out. Might be some setting in the YouTube. Try posting it separately so it is allowed like that. I wonder what the screenshot is. I hope it's I hope it's not something, you know, like porn type. then, then I'll get banned or something on YouTube, right? And the people watching also. Hope it's something related to website or SEO or, something good. Are you posting it or shall I get started with the SEO news first? Okay, I'll just get started with the SEO news first, and I'll come back anyway, right? Like for the questions, and it's probably might be your questions, right? So, okay, so first of all, what's new in SEO this week as well as last week? Um, I'm not sure if you have kind of followed the news, but last week Google announced that they have completed the rollout of the June core update. But even though they said so, still, on 21st, June 21st, Barry Schwartz, the guy who runs this SE Roundtable, like one of the most popular website for SEO news, reported some Google search ranking fluctuations, which could be like an aftershock. You can say that after tremor of the core update. Even though Google announced that they already completed it, there might be some still there might be something going on, right? Also, on June 16, I think, right after they announced the core update was over, they also rolled out the page experience update, right? So if I open like some of the old news, um, where is that? Yep, it's right here. So on June, I think it's June 18. Okay, so June 18, Google also announced the rollout of the page experience update, or the core web vitals of what we have been kind of focusing on for the past few months. And it is going to be like a slow rollout, means it's going to take some time before it fully finishes, and it's going to take, I think, up to August. Yeah, up to August, about 2 months before it's completely done rolling out. So first it will kind of roll out to only the stories, the top stories and the carousel, all those, and then it will roll out to normal pages, right? So we don't kind of expect to see any major ranking changes for now, or even after they started for the normal website, which I've already talked about it a lot on my channel and on many of my live shows, that it's not going to be really of a big deal, right? Just like page speed or HTTPS, all those. But who knows, it might turn out to be one of the biggest ranking factors, which I doubt so, but let's see. I don't think it's going to be anything big. Besides that, Google also, so this is also one thing that John Mueller came out and kind of confirmed or reaffirmed, that we don't have a notion of page authority. So someone asked Google, John Mueller on Twitter, does a canonical chain result in loss of page authority, uh, as a redirect chain does? So John Mueller said that we don't have anything such as page authority here. So, page authority is a metric by Moz, but Google, so John Miller said that we don't kind of have anything like that. So, which I doubt so. They should have something which kind of used to really determine how, authoritative or how high quality of a page is. But, in Google, inside of Google, they might not call it page authority. That's why John Miller refused, or, kind of turned this down. But that's an interesting thing to know. Besides that, we also have this news. So this there's really nothing important here. Go through just to go check. Um, so this is the today's news. Not really something important. Let me see if I missed out any big news. Oh, okay. So this one also. So this is a last week news on June 18. Google search only now showing two FAQ-rich results, and this is now have started rolling out. So if you noticed before, right, like the FAQ schema, what happened was, it used to have like any website owners could just add as many what do you say, as many FAQ schemas as they wanted. But I think in search result initially it was showing like up to 10 FAQ, if I remember correctly. But now it is only allowed up to 2 FAQs, right, maximum. So, anyone who used to take advantages from this might, see a decline of clicks or stuff like that, if you were kind of getting lots of benefit from having, lots of FAQ packed on your page. So keep that in mind as well. What else do we have? Let me see. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it regarding things that you kind of have to know that are important. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, that besides the normal SEO news, there's also one important thing, not important, but kind of interesting to kind of keep have a look on, is that on June 18, which is about 5 days ago, Dimitri, this guy who is a CEO of Ahrefs, right, the popular SEO tool, announced that Ahrefs is getting closer to publicly promoting the web search engines. they've been working on, right? So what happened here is about 2 years ago, Ahrefs CEO Dimitri about 2 years ago announced that Ahrefs were like was planning to build a search engine, right, to really compete with Google and other search engines. So this is a news on Search Engine Roundtable on March 27, 2019, about 2 years ago, that Ahrefs was had a plan to create a search engine that supports content creators and protects users' privacy. The goal of this search engine was to have you know have a direct search revenue split of 90-10 in favor of publishers, meaning that 90% of the revenues will go to the publishers and 10% will go back to the company. So basically it's a plan to make a search engine that favors the publishers or website owners rather than mostly focus on users. So here are some of the things that Dimitri kind of had an idea on why they would wanted to create a search engine, right? So like first of all, right, Google is like so basically just to sum this post up, um Ahrefs felt that Google is having too much control of the search engine's market share and as well as the publishers, and therefore they felt that it's not fair for them to really kind of suffer with all those, right? Because as you know, Google have been kind of having a court case on and off against the publishers regarding the fees, right, and stuff like that, because all the publishers kind of claim that they over the years they have lost a lot of revenues, right, from from Google. But at the end of the day, it's just how Google works, right? Like if you don't create good content, if users don't like your content, you're not going to rank well, right? Like regardless. So publishers also need to kind of understand as well. But nevertheless, it was a plan 2 years ago, and finally on June 18, 2 years after, Dimitri, the CEO of Ahrefs, announced that they were getting closer to announcing it publicly, to the to the entire world, right? And it would be released on around 1st of September here, as is mentioned. So around 1st of September it would be released on Android, right? On the Android Google Play Store there. So this would be interesting, right, to see like how would Ahrefs go with their new search engines. But if you ask me, my opinion would be it wouldn't go as well as anyone thought, because it is made from for publishers. So 90% of the revenues would be given back to the publishers. But what about users, right? Like you see, users goal, or what all the users want, is to get the best quality or best or most relevant results for their questions, for their queries. And right now the reason why Google is kind of at the top of the search engine game is because they're able to give that the best results that users are looking for at the moment, right? Like compared to other search engines. Now Ahrefs is going to be a new guy in the market whose focus is entirely on the publishers, and not and of course they would be caring for users as well, but they announced it just to be a search engine for publishers. So we don't know how well they're going to be able to give that good results that the users are looking for compared to Google. So it's going to be a new guy, and we don't know how it's going to perform for the users. So 99% still it's going to rely on users, right? Like not publishers. So I don't think it's going to go really well, but maybe like 5 or 10 years after today, it might become like one of the biggest search engines in the market. Who knows, right? Like let me know what you think about the Ahrefs search engines, and yeah. Let me know what do you think about the new search engines, and what is your opinion here. Okay, so let me kind of get back to your questions, and let me see if you have any questions. uh Mitty says, audit this bastard. Audit this bastard. You call your, is it bastard dot com or what? Is it this full website? I thought you called your website bastard or what? Not sure. Let me see. You want me to have a look at this website? I'm not sure if this is a website. I don't know why it's not loading up, my friend. Is your website down or something? Oh, is what is this? What is this website is about? Uh, why is it has to be izaro.com? What is Izaro? Izaro. Izaro. Is it a Web 2.0 or something? Oh, it's probably a website builder. Oh, I mean, if you ask me this website, I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't really know what it's about. Um, like when you create a website, you should have a clear goal of what it's going to be, right? Like, what is the home page? I don't see any about us page. There seems to be random topics everywhere that that are not organized, or we don't really know like what the focus of the website is. Um, so maybe we have a check of this page. Also, the domain is not properly, right? It's not. Is it even indexed in the first place? Not sure about that. Just the home page index. Is it a keyword? I don't know, man. Like the website doesn't look complete. I think you should have a clear goal, right, of what the website is about. Like, okay, if it's a blogging, like you said, it's a blogging website, it should have some topics, right? Like you just can't just write about anything without knowing where you're gonna go, right? Let's say you have a website, you write about gravity, you write about politics, and then you write about this, you write about that. It's not gonna work like that. You have to pick a topic, you have to be clear, you have to have proper homepage, you have to have proper about us page. The content should be well written. Like I just saw like the content are like just scattered like that. um the website itself is also just the homepage only index, and you can't just work, you can't work with free domain, right? It's not going to work. You have to buy proper domain. Free hosting, I also doubt it will work properly. I'm sorry, my friend, you have to really start it new if you want a good results. I don't see anything that is gonna make this website rank well at all. Like it has, and I don't understand at first only like what the website is about. Okay, I saw you had a couple of categories there, but you can't just write about different things, right? You have to pick like one vertical. You have to be focused, and you have to have proper homepage, proper about us page, proper contact us. All these, make it real, right? Make it real. You can't just write about anything that you want, right? You make this website for practice as SEO. Okay, so no problem. Like it's a good start. At least you start something, but yeah, you have to really change something there. I would advise you to pick one topic, right? Like one niche, and start from there, and then do proper keyword research. Find what are the good set of keywords that you want to optimize for that topic, and then move from there, right? I mean, you wrote about gravity something. I just saw it, and I mean, I'm not even sure if that's your target keyword or something. So you have to have proper, first pick up a good niche, and then start doing keyword research, start writing content, targeting content, maybe start from low volume, low competition keywords. And then once your website start getting that attraction, that authority and stuff like that, you can just move it from there, right? You have to start slow and have some strategic plan, and make it proper, make it like a real business website, not just random posts everywhere like that. Have to have proper homepage, proper about us page like that. Harjot says, "Yo, Jackie. Hi, Harjot. How are you?" So I hope that that makes sense, right? I mean, there's you just started out, so I don't really think I can have a look at anything specifically. But as soon as I open the website, I didn't find those things that I just mentioned. So I hope you can maybe fix those things first, right? And then maybe next week you can give it again, and I can have a look, and then we can like be on the same page like that. But yeah, you really need to pick some good domain, right? Like proper domain, not just free domain. It's not gonna work with free domain like that. And domain name is just like very cheap nowadays. I think you can get like less than $10 per year for a domain name. And for hosting, you can pick any good ones. There are many like low cheap hosting out there. You have to give it some love, right? Like do a little bit of investment, maybe just domain and hosting, just very cheap ones. But if you just want to just practice, it's fine. But the thing here is you're not going to rank for it, right? If you want to practice, you also want to rank for it, and therefore you have to focus on it, right? You have to give it some love. Yeah, Hostinger is a good one. I use this all the time. You can definitely start with Hostinger. Their single hosting plan is good enough. And yeah, definitely you can start from there. Because if you don't make it properly, you're not gonna rank for it, even though it's just a practice website, right? Because if you want to practice, you want to see it ranks. That's the thing. You have to make it look properly. Even SSL certificate is missing, right? For the first thing first. SSL is even missing there. And the speed was really bad as well, right? You can see how long it took me to open the page. So invest a little bit, and then you can pick some niche, pick some topic, and give me next time. Okay, any one of you have any questions, SEO questions? um for those who have just joined, let me know if you, as well, as you have any questions, or if you have any website or anything that you'd like me to have a look on. I'll be more than happy to have a look. I have about half an hour from now, so let me know. Any new questions? Quick questions? And Miti, you said that you're practicing on SEO, so maybe you might have some questions for as a beginner. You can also ask that as well. Okay, let me see here. Any questions from any one of you? If none of you have questions, then I'll leave early then, because then I don't have anything to check. Let me see. Okay, maybe I might pull some questions up from Facebook groups. Maybe if someone have good questions, right? And we can find some good questions. Let me see if I can find some good questions so far. Okay, so we got a questions in the chat. Pro Body Hub asks, how much time a website take for ranking on a moderate keyword? That would depends, my friend. It depends on many things. Like first, if you really know what you're doing, like if you're doing things correctly, then it can take pretty fast, right? Like maybe on average, like I just want to, like on average it would take about 3 months for any keyword medium competitions. But again, it would depends on many things, like how well you're doing that, what is your current website situation, um you know and then it would also depends, like what is the competition level there. Like maybe you think it's moderate, it's not that difficult, but it could be very difficult. And how well you're executing your strategies, stuff like that, right? And also, of course, there are also multiple Google updates that go on each and every week or days, so things can fluctuate a lot here and there. So as you know, right, it's unpredictable out there really for SEO. But just to give you a very rough idea, you can expect something like 3 months. But if you're quite an established website, if your website already have some authority, some trust there, it could take a little bit faster than that, right? Like some big website can literally rank any low competition keyword within like days, like or weeks, right? Like 1 or 2 weeks. It can also do like that. So it would depend on many things. So yeah, like there's really no definite answers for that, but I can just give you a rough idea of what I know. Hope that helps and hope you understand that I couldn't give you any exact time frame for that. Let me try to find some good questions so can help. Okay, so there is this one lady that which asks a question in a group that someone is creating bad backlinks to her website, and as a result her positions on Google are going down. And some of the links that she mentioned are something like .info, and all these, that the website when you open you get like 500 server errors. Basically these websites that don't exist, but they are links pointing to her website. Like she kind of said that she gets this almost every day, right? Like hundreds or if not thousands of these links. She also said that she disavowed these links, but her ranking are still going down. Well, the thing here is, you know, first of all, Google is really good at ignoring backlinks. You don't really have to really worry about that. I have like websites, right, that I've left like for years without even touching, and they keep on, and it keep on getting like new backlinks every day. Even like some of them are really like bad ones, low quality ones. I don't really care, and the websites are still doing well. So Google are really good at ignoring backlinks. All these obvious spam type links, right? You can just ignore them because Google already know how they are. But the reason why her rankings are going down, um, it could very well not be related to these links, right? Could really well be related to any Google update. Maybe her competitions are doing better than her nowadays or stuff like that. You don't really know what is bringing you down, right? Because there are many variables going on in the field out there. So you can't really say that it's because of links, but I can say for sure that mostly it's not about your links. Mostly it is about something else, right? So you don't really have to worry about all these bad backlinks or spammy type links. You can just ignore them for good. Google are really good at ignoring links. But yes, if you're really getting them like on a very high quantity, like let's say you're getting like millions of porn links every day, and your website doesn't even have any backlinks, doesn't even have authority, doesn't even have anything, it's just a brand new website, you're getting like these type of links every day continuously, then yeah, there could be a possibility that those links are hurting you or are bringing your rankings down, stuff like that. But in most cases you shouldn't worry about it. Just to let you know that you don't really have to freak out when you see these type of links coming in. Let me see if we have any more good questions. You're asking my Facebook group name. It is in the comment section of this video. You can find it. um but let me also write it down. I think I remember it correctly. No, I can't type in the URL here, right? So, or maybe I can. Let me see. As the one who runs the show, I think I can type in the URL. So yeah, there you go. I think it's the correct URL. If it's not, you can check in the comment section of this video. I already left the links there. You can join a group there. Click on the link and you can join. um any good questions that we have here? Okay, you posted something in the group. Let me see. Maybe I might show in the chat. I mean, in the show here. Let me see. So you posted this image. 30 backlinks on Google Maps with logo. Okay, and you're asking if this is a good thing? Is that your questions? The reason why you showed me this? Are you asking like you should you do it, stuff like that? Let me know if that's your questions. Like, are you asking like, is this a good thing, or will that help me? Is that something that you're asking from that 30 backlinks, Google Maps? Oh, you're asking how we get these backlinks. Uh, okay, so that is basically a reference to Google Maps, My Maps, right? It's basically like a scam there. Basically, you don't really have to think about how to get them, but if you want, you can go to Google and you can type in Google My Maps, and then it's a My Maps, right? It is like a platform that from Google that allows you to create like your own maps, and then there you can add your information and then stuff like that, and you can add your link there in the descriptions, but it's not going to help you anything. Is a completely useless thing, and it doesn't even get indexed properly nowadays, or hardly at all. um it's a waste of time basically, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to help you with anything either. No need to worry about it. But it's just that it's a Google My Maps. It's a free maps platform. Okay, any one of you have any more questions? If none of you have questions, I will probably leave in like 5 minutes or something. um Let me know that. Okay, so that is maybe a good questions for beginners. Mitya ask, what is different between Google Maps citations and simple citations? Okay, so Google Maps citations are just those things, right? That the pins you're creating on the Google My Maps platform, which I just told you. And those are like useless things. It's not going to help you with anything. And the other thing here is the simple citations. Simple citations are basically your name, address, and phone number. In Google Maps, in Google Maps citation, you would also add your name, address, and phone number, but it is done on a Google Map platform, Google My Map platform. But on simple citations, you're adding it on other websites, right? Such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, what else? Um, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Angie List, Trip Advisors, all these, right? All these platforms or website that allows you to add businesses, right? Or business and your information there. So there you add your information with the name, address, and phone number, and also links. Some of the citations they don't allow links, but most of them you can add your website link there, and it will act like a citations. So that is what we call as citations. So Google Maps citation is just citations or your NAP information and name, address, phone number on Google Maps platform, but simple citation is on any other platforms. And what you should be doing here is simple citations. Bright local top 50 cities citations, you mean? Yeah, you can use bright local top 50 citations for each country. Those are probably enough in most cases. Yeah, you use that. You don't have to think about Google Maps citations. It's a completely useless thing. You want to focus on normal citations. So hope that makes sense. And it is very important if you're doing local SEO, you need to have citations. Yeah, it is a foundation that you need to have. Google Maps citation is something that those people on Fiverr or freelancers, people they invented up, or maybe some BS SEOs invented up just to scam you. I think it used to work. The Google Maps citation used to work in the past a little bit, but it was like 5-6 years ago, right? It's a very old tactics. Local citations, niche relevant citation, geotag citation. Yeah, all of them are the same, right? Like local citations is just the same as citations. Niche relevant citation is just your name, address, phone number on the website that are niche relevant to you, right? That are related to you. Geotag citations, I'm not really sure, but it's something maybe like just geotagging your images and upload it there. And that I think is called geotag citations. I mean, you don't really have to think much about it, right? Like people just came up with all these things and just to try to sell you something. But at the end of the day, it's just make sure that you list your website on important websites such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Facebook, Twitter, all these with the name, address, and phone number all consistent. So that's it. Simple. Nothing much there. No need to think. If it is like if it is like same business site, like okay, you are roofing website, and roofing website it should be listed on, let's say, angieList.com. That is a niche relevant citation because angieList is also about like roofing and contracting, right? It's the same or similar business type. So that is something like niche relevant, but you don't really have to think whether it's niche relevant or not. Just make sure the website you're listing on are important or are big enough, right? That your competitors are also listed on, like that. You can use the bright local top 50 citations list is enough, most cases. Okay, any more questions? And I hope that answers your question as well. We have like about 4 people watching at the moment, I think, but only one is asking, so I'm not sure if everyone else is fine with what they're doing. I mean, I don't go live nowadays usually, like uh Pro Body Hub asks, what is CRO? Okay, CRO stands for conversion rate optimization. Is a process of optimizing your website or your landing pages in order to get the most conversions or the most actions that you want people to perform on your website or landing pages. So conversions, first of all, you have to understand what is conversions. Conversions means any actions on the website or on the web page that you want your customers to perform. So this includes things such as a button click, click to your affiliate link, or a form fill up. If you want people to fill up the forms, so they become your customers or they contact you, that is also one conversions. Click to call, right? So if you want people to call you from the website, you can have a button there, and you have you can keep track of people click on that button, right? So that is all these actions are called as conversions. Now, conversion rate optimization is the process of making sure that your landing pages or your website are properly optimized for people to perform those conversion actions, right? So this includes things such as, keeping track of what they do on the website, having software such as Google Analytics or Hotjar. All these are software used to track what people do on the website, right? So you can know what they do, like, how long they spend on the website, after they landed on the page, what they do, how they move their mouse, all these stuff. So you can record and you can go back and optimize your page for a better user experience, and in order to capture more conversions or more actions. So this is known as conversion rate optimizations. It is just to make sure that you're not wasting money on your advertisement, on your traffic. Not just people visiting your website, but also they also do something to convert or to become your customers, and that is called as conversion rate optimization. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understood that. And it is very important for any business, because especially for paid advertisement, if you're sending people to your website using things like Google ads or Facebook ads, you need to do conversion rate optimization, because if people just visit your website and they don't convert to become your customers, then what's the point of sending them to the first place, right? So that's why CRO is very important for any businesses. You need to, it's not that difficult really if you want to do it. It's just a matter of, understanding what people do when they land on your website. So you can make use of things like Google Analytics or software like Hotjar. There's also, Crazy Eggs. There's also another software name which you can look up for, which keep track of what people do when they land on the website. So yeah, hope that answers your questions. Okay, any more questions? And CRO is, although it's not a part of SEO, it's not related to SEO, but you should be doing as well if you're doing SEO, right? Because it should be done for every type of businesses, regardless of whatever you're doing for your marketing, whether it's SEO, is advertisement, or anything, because your end goal is obviously for people to become your customers, right? Okay, no more questions, I think. So I can leave now, I guess, if you have no more questions. I'll probably like give 1 or 2 more minutes for any one of you to type in the questions. And so let me know for any final 1 or 2 questions. And yeah, any questions from any one of you there? Okay, so any more? All right. Okay, so Pro Buddy Hub asked where I get your local SEO course. Okay, so it's on Skillshare. I don't remember the link, but let me get it for you now. Skillshare. Let me see. It is this one. And let me get the link. Where is the link? Oh, yeah, here. Here is my link to my local SEO course on Skillshare. Okay. Any more questions? Any final questions from any of you? Anything related to SEO or maybe marketing in general? I think I can help some to some extent. No more questions? Okay, I don't think we have any more questions. All right. So thank you all of you for joining today for today's sessions. Um, we have some of the beginners questions today, but that's fine. We're all here to learn. And thank you for joining. And um, yeah, if you have any follow up questions, make sure you can leave them in the comment section right after this video is posted live on YouTube, and I'll come back and answer your questions. Mitty says more questions in the next stream. If you have, I can answer like one or two more, no problem. Next stream, I probably do it maybe like next 2 week or 3 weeks. I'm not sure. So it depends, right? Depends on, I don't know, depends on if we have anything new or if I have time, then definitely I'll do it. But if you have more questions, you can leave now. You can let me know now. I still have time, of course, but no one is really asking. That's why. Um, you can ask if you have in today. Otherwise, and maybe 2 3 weeks. Or if you are part of the group, you can definitely ask in the Facebook group as well. That's fine if you want. So you want to ask or not? You said thanks. Uh, Sad say thanks. Probably Hub say thanks. You're welcome, everyone. You want to ask or not? Shall I end the sessions? Mitty, or is it Milty? It's Mitty. Mitty Palpali. I practice on my website and get some best topics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to ask question related to your new website, like I said, you do what I said today, and we can come back like maybe in 2 3 weeks, and we can have a quick look at your website again. Hopefully, it gets better. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone again for joining. If you have any following up questions, you can leave them in the comment section, and I'll come back and answer all of your questions in the comments. If you're part of my Facebook group, you can ask me there as well. I'll quickly answer them. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. So yeah, uh, good luck to all of you and happy rankings.